Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrade.com. It's Friday, the 18th, no, I'm sorry, the 19th of February, or the 18th. It is the 18th. I don't even know what date it is anymore. This is our weekly recap. My link to my website and my services are in the description below. I don't want to talk about that today. I just want to talk the markets here and just talk what's going on. And a very, very choppy week. We're on the lows here. It's 1 o'clock. I'm calling it early today. And we're back on this 432 area. This 432 area is important because we had a lot of trading around this area. So we've pulled back to here. And what's going on here is in my opinion, the market has become comfortable that the Fed is going to raise rates, but not 50 basis points. That Bullard is the outlier, and that we're probably going to get a 0.25 rate hike in March. And that's what we're expecting here. The market is waiting to see what's going to happen with Russia and Ukraine. Again, reading the tea leaves, Russia's trying to basically look like the hero, and there's humanitarians and going in to save the separatist provinces from Ukraine's harshness, when in fact they're mostly the cause of what's going on over there. And so in one way or the other, whether it's a full invasion of Ukraine or they're just going into those provinces, I don't think there's any way Russia doesn't go in. The question is going to be how bad the sanctions are against them and how much it costs them. And really, I believe that once the news happens, the bombs start flying, we'll get a drop in the market, and then it quickly bought back up, because once the unknown is known, the market can then react and say, price that in. So if we cannot hold 432, then you start watching down here towards 427, and then 421 area, Terry, comes back into play. And we'll see if that's the area we get into again here. So we'll see what happens as we go into next week. You take that aside, all the indexes are weak. Everything is blah except for energy. Energy continues to hold in very, very strong because crude is strong. The thing to watch on crude as we go into the next week or two, do they make a deal with Iran on the nuclear talks, and does Iran get to start putting oil back into the marketplace? That could help with the oil price problem. It could also drop crude. So keep your eyes on that as we go into next week. Gold has had a huge breakout, holding up very strong today. We've talked about this for a couple of weeks. Gold is a sloppy trader. You never want to chase it. Thanks, Terry, there again. And it pulls back. By the way, if you're not with us on Discord, you're missing some great traders. Terry, Chris, Steven, Rick, Jarrell, Julian. God, I'm missing a ton of you. Jay, everybody in there. Some of the people in there, just throwing some names out there. You should join us. What else is going on out there? The VIX is high, but the VIX is not as high as it can be. It's still not back to the previous highs here at 32. We'll keep an eye on that. And some of the stronger names continue to hold in better. Why Apple is weak today, it is still holding in much stronger than the market, and to me still has a certain amount of go-to status on it. What else? Procter & Gamble is holding in, right? Dividend names. MO is holding in, right? Another dividend safety name, Philip Morris, holding in. So you have a lot of piling into safety names. And, something we were talking about here, and just, you missed this if you're not in the room, but we were talking about a lot of these names that just may not survive. And, it's almost time to put for a firm into that may not survive category when this is all said and over, because, they're still hemorrhaging money badly in a market, an environment that is not friendly for that. And this is a company that's in deep distress, and you need to let them give you a reason to come in and to buy it, right? DraftKings had another bad report today. It's getting battered on it. All of us down to 1740, which is the 52-week low here. Palantir's report was not as bad as it appears, but they're down to a whole new 52-week low here at 1057. It's getting battered. So you got a lot of these names that were high runners or strong that are getting beaten up, even though the reports are not necessarily so bad, but they're just caught up in this whole thing. So the thing to do here is to stay calm, to wait for the buying opportunities, watch names like Ford, which remains strong if it gets into that gap. Watch the banks if the rates continue to go up. JP Morgan, Bank of America, they're still kind of holding in okay here. And just watch the stronger names in the market. They're going to tell you where they want to be. UPST had a great report this week. It's giving a lot of it back, but still holding up and above it. And so is DDOG, had a great report last week and is still holding up in most of that gap. And you want to look for names that are still showing you relative strength in this market compared to others. Because when the turn comes, and it will come, it's going to be fast and furious at first, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So with that said, we have a 3-day weekend. The markets are closed on Mondays. Futures do open at 6 p.m. on Monday night, as always. And I encourage you guys to go out, relax, take your heads out of the market for the weekend. I'll do some chart work on Mondays for you guys, and I'll catch you guys all bright and early on Tuesday morning. smartoptiontrading.com. Link in the description is below if you'd like to join us. Everybody, I hope you're great and have a great weekend.